We are alive. What is going on, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Gokster here, back at it. It's been a while since I've been on my channel, but what better time than the President's Cup, guys? 2024, right down the road here in Montreal, Quebec, and Ile Bizarre. That's my French for you guys. But yeah, it's President's Cup time, 3 days away here, and it's raining. It is raining, and it's going to be raining quite a bit leading up to this week. Leading up to Thursday, the first day, guys, expect a wet golf course. But this golf course, it's the oldest track, believe it or not, the oldest track in North America. I did not know this, guys. Any guesses? We're not talking 19s. We're talking 18s. 1873 here, guys. This track, oldest in North America. Montreal Royal, actually, got the Royal certificate back in the day. The Royal Montreal Golf Club. Second President's Cup. First one was won by the Americans back in 2007. It was actually Weir. That was kind of called Canadians here will know this. Weir defeated Tiger, kind of put Canadian Mike Weir on the map, despite them losing the cup. And then he won the Masters, back, I think it was 2001 or two. So this is and to see Weir too, guys. He's our captain. You can see I'm already talking as an international, but he's going to be the captain for this international team. So it's a full circle for him in Montreal. This guy's actually from Sarnia, Ontario, which is about 2-3 hours away. They're probably about a 4-hour drive. So it's a home track for him. And a lot of Canadians, there's about 3 of them on the team. We'll get to that. But let's talk about this North American team. Jim Furyk, he was on the team actually that defeated Weir and company back in 2007. So he definitely knows this track. Their team, it's loaded, guys. We all know the Americans. They're absolutely loaded. They've also won this. It's been a while. 1998, guys. We've got to go back since the last time the international team has won this event. They had a tie. I think it was 2002, 2003, whenever that year was. But the last 9 meetings have been won by the Americans. But this year could be different. I think it could be different. You only have 7 returning USA players, American players from 2022, and you have 8 international players returning. Some big names, guys, we're not going to see this year for Team USA. Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas, 2 guys that are great team, have a good track record too in Ryder Cups and President's Cup, but they didn't make the team this year. Golf games are just not been quite right. They actually ended up going with some other names like Homa, who did really well at this last year or a couple years ago, 4-0, despite him having a poor game right now. Also brought in some other rookies here. We'll get into them, guys. We got Harmon, who was at the Ryder Cup. This is his first President's Cup. Henley, his first President's Cup, along with Wyndham Clark and Sahith Theegala, who's been a hot hand of late. So there's a lot of rookies for both sides, actually 4 on each side. I'll get to the internationals now, might as well, right? Pendrith is going to be a rookie, Canadian, brought in the Canadian here. Bezatenhout, it's going to be his first time at it. Who else we have here? Mackenzie Hughes, last pick pretty much for this team international, right from closest, about 3 hours away. Home track for him as well. Really good short game. That's what you're going to need in a President's Cup. He's another rookie. And then to round it out here, guys, let him cook. Let him cook. Put the chef hat on. I think he's going to be kind of like the Tom Kim in 2022. That is Min Woo Lee. He's also going to be a rookie this year, making his first appearance. And I can already see some videos there. The teams have been meshing there. Min Woo Lee is definitely kind of bring a little spark to this team. We'll see what happens on the golf course. But yeah, that's the rookies here, guys. Let's get into some of the other golfers here that are going to be on the teams here. Let's start off with Team USA, guys. I'm going to go over my strongest players here, my top 3 strongest players for each side. I'll get it out of the way right at the start. And then I'm going to get into kind of the middle of the pack, I think, for the teams, and then who I'm going to be fading on each team. I got about 3 or 4 players I'm fading on each team, so we'll get right into it. I also have course comparisons. There's some real good course comparisons because it's up here in Montreal. A lot of these courses, guys, up in the Northeast are old, like old. You got Oak Hill, where they had the PGA last year. That was a really old track. Wilmington, CC in Delaware. Shout out to Razor. That's another old track. Good course comparison. Bethpage Black, Wingfoot. What else do I have here? Shinnecock Hills, the Country Club, where Matt Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Open. All these tracks are old. And pretty much the course, like Scheffler said, actually, I heard an interview from him. The course is right there. It's just a little subtle, around the greens that are going to piss you off. That's where it's going to make it really tough. That's kind of Canadian golf for the most part up here. The tracks, it's the topography up here, the landscape. It's just for the most part, you don't have many parkland courses. You get down maybe in the London area, you do, but if you're going up Montreal, northern parts of Canada, even go over to Vancouver, British Columbia, like talk about tough around the green. That's what it's going to be this year, guys. So course comparisons, I'll get into them right now. Let's go to the players. Patrick Cantlay. I've been talking about him for a while. I think he's going to be a great player this year for this team, USA. Just kind of bringing up some stats here on one of my websites. Let me get back to Cantlay here. There was one last track that I just figured out, guys. That was a good course comparison. They had this President's Cup in 2017 or 18, and that was Liberty National. That's right in New York City there. That's where they had the Northern Trust also in 2021 and 2019. And Patrick Cantlay, guys, perfect course comparisons. Pretty much all the courses I like here, he's going to be in the top 20 in all of them but 2. So let's get into it here. The Country Club, Cantlay was 14th. Shinnecock Hills, he was 45th back in 2018. We're going back a little bit there. But more recently here, 2022 BMW Championship against Bryson DeChambeau. He won that. That's when he had the Patty Ice. He's got that nickname, Patty Ice. Oak Hill. Didn't realize this. He finished 9th at the Oak Hill Championship. Similar golf course you're going to see this week too, guys. Bethpage Black. What did he do in 2019? T3. So Patrick Cantlay. I think he's gonna. And then at the Country Club, I said 14th, and then he also finished 11th at the Northern Trust, and then 12th at the Northern Trust, which is Liberty National. He likes these types of courses. He's able to really read, in my opinion, these greens. He's good leg putting with greens that got a little more break into them. Now, how has his game been of late? Let's just see here. His accuracy could be a little bit better, but around the green, he's been fine gaining strokes, approach off the tee. No real any signs of Cantlay not playing well. And this being the President's Cup, him and Xander, that's going to be that's who they're leaning on this year, guys. Without JT and no Spieth, Scheffler's going to more likely than not go with Burns. That's kind of been a strong pairing for them, despite they didn't do too well last time around. But Xander and Cantlay, guys, 6 and 3. Historical President's Cup track record. So Cantlay and even Xander, might as well get into Xander too, guys. 14th at Brookline, 6th at Shinnecock, 3rd at Wilmington, 18th at Oak Hill, 5th at Bethpage Black, and then 16th at Wingfoot. Another golfer. It's been the year of, if not Scheffler, it's been Xander. So between those two golfers, guys, some bets I'm going to give you guys right now. I would take top USA. I already did. Let me rephrase that. I already did, guys. Let me just bring up the odds here. I took Cantlay and Xander to be the top USA point getter. That's by category. That's going to be plus 550 and plus 650. So one of those hits, you're getting almost 3-1 odds, depending on which one there. So between Xander and Cantlay, guys, take one of those two to be the top golfer this week at the President's Cup, Royal Montreal. Let's keep it on with Team USA here, guys. I was talking about Scheffler. There's no signs for Scheffler not to be. He could either be like 4-0 here, or he's going to struggle again. It's hard for me to really tell because Country Club, good course comparison that I really like, guys. Finished second at the Country Club there. 3rd at Wilmington, 2nd at Oak Hill. Like that only goes back to about 2022. He didn't play the 2018 at Shinnecock. He didn't play at Bethpage 19 or even Wingfoot in 2020. So smaller sample size from Scheffler, but he's just been winning everything. What do you do at the Olympics? Guy just walked in there and said, "Yeah, what do I got to do? Here's the course," and it's right in front of him. Just like he said, it's just going to come down to his putting, which is a lot of golfers, but especially Scheffler around the green. Now let's get into the formats a little bit, guys. If you're talking Scheffler, the 4 sums. I was watching a show here. They're saying 4 sum, which means that you hit some shots. So that means you're going to be paired up with, say, Burns. So there'll be alternative shots, 4 sums. And that's where the Americans have really crushed it. 33 points better dating back to 2007. So that's where the Americans are stronger. That's where the internationals are going to try and really find a way to beat them, because 33 points or better. That's where they've been losing these President's Cups. Now the 4 ball means you're hitting all. So you're hitting all your shots here. It's just you're taking the best score between the 2 players. And the USA, they're only up 1 point dating back to 2007 in 4 balls compared to 33 in 4 sums. So the 4 ball matchups, guys, that's where I think the international team are going to come out in day one. Now, they haven't announced it, I believe. This is Tuesday, 6:45 Eastern. They haven't announced what day they're doing the 4 or 4 balls. Now, I'm assuming they're going to do 4 ball first day because that's where they're going to have the advantage. You don't want to do the foursomes the first day and then get behind the ball and then have to rely, kind of coming back. That's not what they're going to want to do. 4 ball out of the way at the start. So the 4 ball matchups, guys, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you a bet here. This is going to be the scores. So you go to day one scores, and I'm going to go with I'm going with international day one because 4 ball, right? That's where they're only down by 1 since 2007. International score 3-2 plus 425. And we're doing day one correct score tie 2.5 to 2.5. So that's 475 and plus 425. Put a couple units on that, guys. Let's go to my action 2 Gokes for 99. But put a couple units on those. You're going to return at least plus 250, 245 there. So international strong, and that all depends on the 4 ball. Now, unless Weersy decides to do something crazy here, gets a little too much Pinot tonight. But I don't see that happen. I see them going with international 4 ball day one. Now, day two, I'm going to switch it completely up, guys. We're doing day 2 foursome. We're going America now, 3-2 score, and then tie again, 2.5, 2.5. So we're just pretty much same tie on each day. And then we're just taking an international day 1, 3-2, USA day 2. Day 1 international 3-2, day 2 USA 3-2 plus 300 plus 425. And then when it comes down to the last day, we're going to have the individual matches here, guys. So what's the stats here? I got some stats here for you guys. International singles since 2007. Bet you wouldn't think this. Internationals are actually up 1 point in single matches since 2007. It's just those 33 points you're down in foursomes where they've had to really scramble every year going into Sunday, which I don't see them having to scramble. If not, it's going to be really tight. Just like those numbers I was giving out, ties are up by 1. So I think it's going to come down to a really tight Sunday here in these single matchups. It all depends really. I think your strong golfers are doing well. Now, I'm kind of all over the place, as you guys can tell. I got so many notes here. I've gone over the top 3 strongest American golfers. So that's Cantlay, Scheffler, and Xander. Those are going to be the guys that are going to lean on heavy. And I already said Cantlay and Xander are going to be our 1-2 for point getters for their Team America. Now, for international, strongest player, I think, who's the most experienced. This is one thing I didn't say, guys. America, they only have, a couple players here 2 times, maximum 2 times, 2019, 2022. That's the most experience he got, which is Cantlay, Xander, and Finau. International team, Scott's got 10 appearances dating back to 2002. Are you kidding me? He's got an 18-25 record. Yeah, it could be better, but they got the experience this year. And without JT and Spieth, who have the most experience for Team USA, who are not here, I don't know. And, Scheffler's had quite the year. I'm not saying he can't do it, but Adam Scott, guys, strongest player, I think, for the international team this year. He was 14th back in 2022 at the Country Club where the U.S. Open was. He did miss the cut back in 2018 at Shinnecock. That's fine. 2018, that's pretty far back. Wilmington Country Club in Delaware, the one Cantlay won, Scott finished 5th. Really like that. Oak Hill, he finished 29th. And then Bethpage Black, he finished 8th. And then Wingfoot in 2020, he finished 38th. He likes these types of tracks up in the Northeast. That's what that tells me. Again, kind of like Scheffler, not as strong of a ball striker, obviously, Adam Scott, but it's his putter. It really is just his putter. He could have a lot more wins under his belt if he made more putts, but he's playing really good golf right now. I'm just going to throw Adam Scott here in the old search bar. And Adam Scott, not Scheffler, Scott. 57th at the BMW PGA Championship. So that is one thing actually I didn't bring up, guys. He is traveling over from Europe to Montreal, wherever that was in England. So I think he showed up yesterday night. So he had a practice round. Hopefully he got the practice round in before the rain here. But before that, 57th at the BMW Championship, he was 4th at the Tour Championship, 2nd at the BMW this year, 18th at the St. Jude, 10th at the Open, 2nd at the Genesis. I'm telling you, he's humming right now, and this is going to be a guy they're going to lean on. So kind of like what I was getting at, guys, with Cantlay and Xander. Scott is going to be one of the 3, actually, I had because I got a couple bombs. behind Scott, so we can still make some money here. But President's Cup, number one point getter for Team International, I think, is going to be Adam Scott, guys, plus 752. Matsuyama and Sung Jae, I think, are going to do well, but I really think Scott's going to be the guy they're going to lean on. Like I said, plus 750. Next golfer here, who I have as strong light. It's like, Miller, but Miller light, right? Connors. It's just Corey, man. He is going to be dialed for this, guys. I'm telling you, at home track, ball striking is going to be very, very important. The only thing I worry about Connors is going to be the four sumps, where they've struggled down 33 points internationals. Because if someone else puts him in a spot around the green, or he really needs to rely on a partner, I think, that's as good of a ball striker as him. That's what I really think Weersy needs to do. Because if you get in a guy that's not as good of a ball striker, like Hughes, you put him with Hughes can get out of trouble in certain shots where you put Connor in them. It's like Connor is not used to being where Hughes is, half the time. Connors is, fifth on the tour in greens and regs. So put him with a guy with strong greens and regulation. I think he'll be all right. But let's get to some stats here on Connors. Yeah, he's 0-4 in one appearance, but really strong this year. Like I said, fifth in greens and reg. 2022, he was fifth at the BMW, 12th at Oak Hill last year, 64th at Bay Hill, but that was 2019. He's a golfer that's playing much better too, and it's actually his putting. His putting's always kind of hindered him, but lately, look at this. He hasn't lost strokes since the Travelers back, June 23rd. So the last 7 events, he has gained strokes putting, and he has, 3 top 10s in that span. Look out for Corey Connors this week, guys. I know everyone else is liking Hughes and Pendrith. I'm going to get to Pendrith, but Mackenzie Hughes, I'm a little worried about him off the tee. Yeah, he can scramble his way out of trouble, but you really got to keep it in play off the tee. Like I said, the trouble is around the green, but the last thing you need to do is kind of be either hooked behind a tree or just be stuck in this rough, which is going to grow out based on all this rain we're getting 3 days leading up. So unless they decide to cut it, which I think would be silly. But yeah, I would look at Connors here, guys. I think he has a chance to be top international as well at 9-1. I'm sprinkling a couple bucks on him. So there's another play for you guys. 9-1 on Corey Connors to be the top international point getter here. I think he's going to have a really good year. The other one here I'll be quick with is going to be Pendrith. His stats just really jumped out. I wasn't going to take Pendrith, but he's going to be strong off the tee. Opposite of Hughes. Hughes is really strong around the green, kind of chipping, where Pendrith really relies on his, similar to Connors, but even stronger off the tee with distance. So some stats here for you guys on the rookie here, Pendrith. Yeah, he's a rookie, but I think he's going to be a gamer ready for this. He was 8th at the BMW Championship back in 2022, Wilmington. Love to see that. And then 29th at Oak Hill. And this is when he was kind of coming up, 2022, 2023. We didn't really kind of know much about Pendrith. So he already played those courses well when he was an okay golfer. Now he's playing even better. And it's a Canadian track. Oh, yeah, Wingfoot, 2020 Wingfoot. He finished 23rd as well. So this is for the long shots, Pendrith's the guy to watch out for, the Rook, for the internationals, in my opinion. Strong, especially on the price. So the price, I think, was 11-1 for him to be the top international point getter. Even to take him as the top rookie, I don't mind. I have another one, though, that I have in here that I'll get to shortly, guys, for Team International. But, yeah, Pendrith should, out of all the Canadians, I think Connors and Pendrith do really well. Hughes should. It's just, I think, his off the tee might hold him back a bit, especially depending on who he's playing with. That could definitely hurt the opposing partner. So those are the strong players I really like for each for the teams there. The top 3 is Scott, Connors, Pendrith, in my opinion, for internationals. And then America, it's going to be Cantlay, Scheffler, and Xander. Some middle of the pack players here: Thigala, Burns, Homa, Finau. All of them, I think, are kind of in the similar range. Yeah, Thigala is a rookie, but playing really good golf right now. Kind of like Hughes. He's not as good off the tee, but he's nasty. He's going to be able to get himself out of trouble. Really is going to be depending on who Thigala is paired with, but I think he is going to perform well. Burns is another guy. He's a gamer. He is an absolute gamer in that mindset. He's 19th at Wilmington. Did miss the cut at Oak Hill. 29th at Bethpage Black. 41st at Shinnecock way back. 27th at the Country Club. He's probably going to be with Scheffler, and that's going to be a tough combo to beat. So let's go for him. Despite them having an 0-3-2, they're going to be hungry for more going forward. So look out for Burns. Homa, not too sure about Homa, guys. 47th at Country Club. What else do we have here? 23rd, 55th, 64th, and a miscut. And then he's also not playing the strongest of golf right now. So not a guy I would be too strong on. He's probably going to be losing some points where I think the internationals are going to gain some. Probably going to be against Homa, despite him having that 4-0 record. Just the tracks I don't think they don't suit him, and I think that's when he was playing a lot better. 2023, even 2022. Now his game isn't in the same spot, so we'll be fading Homa more likely than not. Finau, middle of the pack, 5th at Shinnecock way back in 2018, 28th, 72nd, 64th, and then 8th at Wingfoot. Don't know what to do with Finau, to be honest. Probably going to be a strong player for them, though. Wouldn't be surprised if he's gains a couple points. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got on Finau. Matsuyama, there get to some international players. Matsuyama, five President's Cups, 4th at the Country Club. Really like that. 16th at Shinnecock, like that too. 35th, 29th, 16th, and 17th. I know we got out of the way, guys. I said I was going to take them as top point getter, but Matsuyama, he's going to be humming on all cylinders, which is another good sign for the international. I think he'll have a strong playing here at this track, just based on the courses he's played in, how he's playing of late. Next golfer I have here lined up is Harman. He's going to be a fade. Harman's going to be a big-time fade here, guys, and I'll tell you why. Back when he had to play at what was that track? Here goes tips of mine. Liberty National. He was 75th, and then he was 52nd. Some other courses that we have him compared into here is 43rd at Brookline, 36th at Shinnecock. Okay, 35th. Miscut, 38th. Then let's see how his golf game is right now. His around the green and putting has not been the strongest, which should come back for him for the most part. It's good to see he's good off the tee and approach, but in my opinion, if he's playing good golf, it's not crazy off the tee and approach from Harman. It's going to be his around the green and putting, so I don't really like that, along with the course comparisons. Henley, don't know what to do with Henley here. I think if Henley does well, the Americans have a good chance of winning this. I mean, I wouldn't say a good chance of winning this. I think they have a good chance of winning this, I guess you could say. But I don't know about Russell Henley. I think he's going to be the wild card. It's going to be the first time for the Rook here. He did miss the cut at Shinnecock. He's more of a Bermuda putter, Georgia guy. He's going way up north, farther up north. He's in Montreal, Canada, but missed the cut at Brookline, Massachusetts. 25th at Shinnecock and Tuckahoe, New York. 35th at Wilmington, CC in Delaware. Missed the cut at Oak Hill in Rochester, which was just last year. I was at that one. And then that's really all the experience I really have at courses over there. Putting too. All these bent grass putting surfaces, minus 1.7, minus 1.06, minus 0.2. He's losing a lot of strokes here on the bent grass. And let's see here, Tour Championship, that's Bermuda. BMW was in Colorado. I would assume that's bent grass. Actually, he didn't gain really anything there. FedEx was in Memphis. Travelers, that's on bent grass, if I'm not wrong. Or POA lost strokes there. So I don't know how he's going to do. I think it's going to be a lot for him. I might sound like a hater here, but his accuracy is going to be great. It's just going to come down to his short game and around the green. I really hope he does well. Henley. I do like Russell Henley, but I just got a lot of question marks around him. Morikawa, another golfer. I think he'll do well. Don't know how well. Don't know if he's going to stand out. Let's just see here, though, guys. 5th at Brookline. He was 44th at Delaware, Wilmington, 26th at Oak Hill. And then that's all we really have on Morikawa. His record too, he had a strong record last year. I think what was he here? I have the stats here. 2-1. Second at the Tour Championship. Lost a bit of strokes at the Olympic golf putting surfaces, which I want to say were bent. Don't quote me on that one though. Strong off the tee, strong approach. Going to be one of the top golfers for the Americans. Middle of the pack. I would put him and Burns kind of a strong middle of the pack players. Even Finau for Team USA. But yeah, that's what I got on Morikawa. Tom Kim, he's playing okay golf right now. He's going to be hyped up though for this. That's what it comes down to, guys. I know I'm giving you all these stats, but a lot of thing is, personalities, and this guy's personality. He's gonna thrive in this. I don't see him kind of blowing up or getting mad at himself. He's a guy that really is a team player. Tom Kim, 23rd at the Country Club, 54th at Wilmington, could be better. Missed the cut at Oak Hill. That's the thing, eh? Like his stats weren't that convincing there. It's not like Cantley or some of these other powerhouses, even Scott, Matsuyama or Connors or Pendrith. Let's just go back to what are we doing here? Tom Kim, yeah. I do think he's going to do well. I think he's a middle of the pack player though. I really do think he's going to be a middle of the pack player for them. They're going to more rely on, I think, some of the Canadians. I don't want to sound biased, but Pendrith listed off some stats earlier. Guys, perfect track for him. Connors, another guy that's playing really good golf right now. Those are two guys I think they're going to lean on. Tom Kim too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see him in there as much as those two. Even another golfer here who I didn't get to, which is Minwoo Lee, guys. I got to get to the chef here. He's going to be a guy that's going to, I think, kind of be the Tom Kim. I think I said that off the top of the show for this international team. 27th at Brookline, 18th at Oak Hill. Smaller sample size, but he has the short game to get out of trouble. It's just going to be his off the tee, but he has the distance. So the more distance, in my opinion, you have for errant shots, especially this golf course is long. I'll go into it here just before I close the show out the 18 holes here for you guys. The par 4s, 3s, and 5s. The more distance that Minwoo has off the tee, I don't mind that, to be honest. Yeah, there's probably going to be some holes. There's a lot of dog legs, which probably are going to be requiring more, that stinger shot, which Woozy has, that low stinger shot, especially with some wind that's going to be in havoc. That's going to cause some havoc for these golfers up here in Montreal. So Woozy with that stinger is going to be, I think, in play for this international team. A golfer that I actually bet on too, going back to our bets here. Top rookie, sorry. I have him as top rookie. 8 rookies here in the field, plus 550 on Minwoo Lee. I think it's going to be a strong performer. I think a lot of players are going to want to play with him as well. Top international rookie, there's only 2 of them, Minwoo Lee and Mackenzie Hughes. You guys heard me talking about Hughes. Similar to Minwoo Lee, but Lee's distance off the tee, I think, is gonna help him a little more, where Hughes is going to have to scramble with more like a 170 shot. Just the longer distance, tougher to hold the greens, where Woozy will be maybe 20, 30 yards closer. And, that's really depends on the hole, depends on a lot of things. But I think Woozy here in his first, I think he's going to be strong. And it's not that I don't like Hughes. It's just I think Minwoo Lee is going to be a really strong golfer here. Top Australian, going with Scott. I think he will be the guy that carries the team, and that is up against Lee and Day. Didn't talk about Jason Day. Might be one of the weaker golfers for this team international. Don't like his course comparison stats. He's also got like a 5-11 track record. Hopefully good vibes from Jason Day. Might be one of the weaker golfers though for this team international, guys. And then top American rookie, I'm going with Thigala. I think Thigala here. Let me just see if I can find it here, guys. The list. I know Wyndham Clark is in that one as well. Russell Henley. It's going to be the trouble, though. I think he can really get out of trouble, Thigala. Shot shaping, a lot of shot shaping dog legs, like I kind of just got over there at this golf course. And that does help Thigala. The less straight the golf course is, because he kind of sprays the ball, right? So give him a little bit of a dog leg where he can kind of control maybe his ball flight off the tee, which I think is going to be better for him, to be honest. I think he can be the top rookie. That's plus 200. And let's just see. I got it right here for you guys. Let me just, top rookie. International, American. Here we go. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, so Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman, and Russell Henley. I'm kind of fading Harman as well. Only one I would be worried about would maybe be Don Henley or Russ Henley at 5-1 to beat Thigala. But I think Thigala, guys, top rookie for the Americans, plus 200. I like that one a lot. That's all the bets I got so far. We're gonna have some more plays once they put out the matchup, so I can see who I'm going to be betting on in the 4 balls and the 4 sums. For day 1 and day 2. And then day 3, guys, I kind of skipped over day 3. It's 36 holes, just like you hear about, your old munis getting the old 36 holes in one day. Yeah, they got 4 ball or 4 some in the morning and vice versa in the afternoon. Get a sandwich and a hot dog and a couple beers maybe, depending who you are, and get back out there. So 36 holes on Saturday. And then on the final day, it's going to be individual matchups where they have the top 12, I think, or top 10 golfers. It's all 12 players play. in the final day. So I'll have plenty more bets for you guys. I want to go over though before I close this out. The holes here, each hole, any other notes I have here. Yeah, pretty much went over all that last meetings. Yeah. So yeah, there's dog legs. The first 4 holes here, guys, dog leg left, right, and left. Par 4s, all of them are par 4s, 449, 385, 485, and then 501. So those last 2, and they're dog leg left and then dog leg right, and then dog leg left. So you're going to have to be able to control your ball off the tee here. It's not just going to be just grip it and rip it. I know where it's going, right down the Pipelino, right? No, you gotta have your right to left fade or vice versa draw. So tough start, I think, at this golf course. In the par 3, next par 3 is 227. That's going to be a bit of a hike. Next hole is a par 5, 567. I have here wind dependent. Par 3, 153. Shorter hole, but that green's going to be small, probably elevated. Number 8's a dog leg left, 425. Another dog leg left, 437, par 4, number 9. And then going to the back here, you got a 454, 483, 2 par 4s. One of them's a dog leg right. Another par 5, 560. This is a par 72, so we only have two. We only have 2 par 5s here, which does help the Team International, in my opinion. Par 5, 560, another par 3, 224, par 4, 400, 448, 458. And then to close it out, we got a 157 par 3, then a 466 par 4. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun with all these dog legs, especially off the start. You can maybe see some teams getting off to some big leads. You better have control of that golf ball, and there's going to be wind. I didn't go over the weather, guys. I did say at the start, it's raining here where I am, which is about 3 hours away from the tournament. And a lot of the weather starts for me and goes to Montreal. So they're going to get the rain here. The winds have been picking up, and they're supposed to stay steady out here. So it's going to be a dice game out there. I kind of lost my train of thought there. But yeah, it's going to be a great Ryder Cup, guys, or Ryder Cup, President's Cup. I got to get off screen. It's been too long. President's Cup, guys, is going to be fun. Montreal, Ile Bizarre, going to be, I think, 250,000 people at this event. So tune in, guys. It's going to be Thursday. I think it starts at 12 o'clock. I'll have some picks for you guys as well at Gokster99, giving them all out this week. But I also have the service too, guys. Going forward, we won't get them all out for free every week. This is kind of a special thing I'm doing. But start of the season, I got my PGA package. You can check out NHL. We got daily, weekly. A bunch of stuff for you guys to, we're doing this for at least 8 years. Why not kind of, try to make something out of this, right? Just like anyone does. You open up a business, you've been doing it long enough. You don't just start a business without a lot of experience, right? So we like to say we got a little experience, a lot of track records too, guys, on Gokster99 Twitter. You can see the spreadsheets, which, we track all of our stats going back to 2021. I have more if you really want, but 2021 is when we really started documenting all this seriously. So that's that. Thanks for everyone tuning in. You can check out the replay here. I'm going to end the stream now, but until next time, guys, be good, cash some tickets, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.